Gillon McLachlan and one of the AFL powerhouses, the chairman of the commission, Mr. Goyder himself, apparently there's whispers that these guys are recommending Patrick Dangerfield to join the commission, the AFL commission. Now, this baffles me because there's a huge conflict of interest here. He's a player that's playing, not to mention he's the current president of the AFLPA, and now he'll be moving into a commission role and he's playing. How does that make sense? How's he going to separate his decision-making from being a player to being an executive in the interest of the wider game than to, his better interests? How does that make sense?
Yeah, look, I'm not sure. I think if you look at it from an overview, yes, it's a conflict. If you look at it in isolation, it could be beneficial. We don't know.
How so? You tell us how.
Because the commission has never had a current player overseeing the AFL game of football. Now, Gil McLachlan is the outgoing AFL chief executive. Richard Goyder is the chairman, as you so eloquently described. Why is it such a bad thing for Dangerfield to join the commission? We don't know whether he's got 5 weeks left in him. If he retires and they've sounded him out prior, who knows? Or does he play on next year?
There's a conflict of interest, that's why. And just because it's never been done before, it doesn't mean it's a good idea to be done now.
Yeah, but I think he needs to get rid of the Players Association presidency in the first instance. I don't see a problem with him joining the commission, provided that it doesn't conflict with Geelong and or Adelaide, who he used to play for, and there's no obvious conflicts.
How can it not?
I'll give you an example. What about Eddie Maguire being a media leviathan and being the president of the Collingwood Football Club?
It's a bit different because the media rights are not negotiated by him.
They were in part.
They're negotiated by 17 others, as well as the commission and the governance team, the AFL corporate team.
If you can suggest to me why it's an obvious conflict for Dangerfield to join the commission, I'm listening.
He's a player.
So what?
How does he separate his interest as a player from the interest of the wider game?
Well, they've got 8 businessmen on the 8 businessmen and women on the commission. How is it not a conflict when Richard Goyder, the chairman himself, he's the chairman of the AFL, he's also the chairman of Qantas, and yet the league's travel partner is Virgin? How is that not a conflict?
What does that mean? He's doing a good job.
Well,
because the league's travel partner is not Qantas, it's Virgin. He's working in the best interest of the game.
But what if Qantas is the best partner? The clubs wanted Qantas and couldn't get it.
Why not?
Virgin came in with a greater offer and then re-signed.
That's my point. So he's working in the best interest of the game.
No, well, tell me how Patrick Dangerfield is a conflict joining the commission.
Because he receives. He doesn't put in. He's a player that receives. He's not adding to the game. Of course he plays, of course. But they're getting paid from the top down. So he's going to work for his best incentives. It's human nature. Don't kid me any other way, shape, or form.
Well, until I see an obvious conflict tabled, I'm potentially all for it.
Thank you, Tony. Once again, it's an absolute pleasure. Take care, everyone. We'll catch you all next week.